if you've noticed this, but Sims stuff packs, I hate to say it, they're kind of popping off recently, as the kids may say. I mean, think about how good, like, Tiny Living was. Honestly, the stuff they added in Mosquito stuff, like not the clothing, but the build items and the camera thing, like, it just, some of the most recent stuff packs have been really useful and really fun, and they just posted a blog post yesterday with updates about how the knitting pack is going to work, and I think this is perhaps some of the most exciting Sims news that we've had in a very, very long time. This knitting pack is a fan-voted stuff pack, so it started off with us picking a theme, then we voted on gameplay features, we voted on all the items we want to have. That goes for cast and build and buy, so I'll link my videos where I voted on those things down below. But they just posted a blog post kind of talking a little bit about the gameplay and about how the pack is going to actually work. This is kind of shaping up to be a really exciting one for a bunch of reasons, but obviously it's a knitting pack, right? So, you know, your Sims are gonna knit. Like, what else is that gonna include? What else are you gonna give us? Well, we know now. The most important gameplay feature they talked about, which I think is so cool and is like a for real game changer, it's gonna make this pack so worth it for anyone to buy. They're making a Sims version of Etsy. It's gonna be called Flopsy, and it's a way for your Sims to sell their creations, both their knitted creations, but also things like their paintings, their woodworking stuff. And so what you can do is you can put your Sims stuff up on this Flopsy, and then you'll get price offers, and then you can use that and mail it to them, and you can kind of wait for a better offer, stuff like that. So you can sort of run like a home business, like where you can sell things from home. I love the idea of this so much. I mean, it makes so much sense, right? Because it's always been kind of weird to, like, sell a painting your Sims made and just, like, drag it into the sell box in their inventory. It's, like, kind of odd. The idea of doing this and, like, selling things on Flopsy and building this whole, like, Flopsy store, that intrigues me so much. I love this concept. Like, I love to have my Sims do kind of crafty things. It's kind of fun to have them work from home. I'm thinking about options for, like, doing rags to riches this way and having your Sims make all their money on Flopsy, and, like, how you have to bring it to the mailbox and, like, send it via the mail. It's so cute in so many ways. Now, one of the coolest things about this blog post they made is that they've got Sim Guru Connor, who's the lead producer on this stuff pack, and he's kind of talking us through a lot of the things they're thinking about. So he's saying, like, hey, this Flopsy idea is kind of hot off the presses. We haven't made it yet, so I don't have any screenshots to show you, but here's what we're talking about, here's what we're working on, here's what we want this to be. And I like how they're being so transparent, like, here's what we're thinking. Was I calling it Flopsy and not Plopsy? What have I been calling it this whole time? Oh no. Oh no. And he also says that you're going to make more of a profit selling things on Plopsy than the old-fashioned way, which is kind of cool. So you'll have to wait a little bit longer, I'm guessing, for the money, but you can make more money by selling it on Plopsy. And you can also buy things off of Plopsy, which I am so curious to see, like, what the UI looks like. I'm kind of betting it's going to be sort of similar to, like, ordering things off your phone, or maybe what it looks like when you try and buy things from the university shop or, like, the outdoor retreat shop or things. But still, if you don't want to knit a hat, maybe someone's selling one and it updates throughout the day. So, like, just this idea of you being able to keep checking back and buy, like, more creative items. If you can buy other people's, like, crafted things too on Plopsy, can you buy, like, cooler paintings maybe? You can probably sell photographs on it. I'm guessing they're gonna try and do this system where any sort of, like, craftable thing your Sims can make you can sell on Plopsy. They, like, called out paintings and woodworking specifically, but I'm guessing that's gonna include photos. I think this is a genius idea. I never guessed that that's what they would have gone with in this knitting pack. I think you kind of hear knitting and you're like, oh, okay. And obviously I was kind of dreaming of this, like, elder pack, the elder pack of my dreams, but they're going more towards this, like, DIY theme. And I think that's really cool. That's so popular and in right now. And they haven't really done a thing like that in The Sims ever before. It's a cool audience to cater to, right? And this is a logo, like a potential logo of what they're gonna have for Plopsy, which is kind of fun how they're showing us concept art like that. But you know how I mentioned elders a minute ago? So originally when I did the voting, the first themes they were offering, it said, like, arts and crafts, and I was like, arts and crafts, knitting, elders pack. And what I wanted was, like, a pack sort of revolving around elders and, like, more clothing and items for their homes and things for elders to do, because realistically in The Sims 4 there isn't really much for elders in this game. I mean, in the past we've had things like in Generations in The Sims 3 they got canes and stuff. They could, like, show off photos with their families. And I want so desperately more activities for that life stage because I want to have more things. I want a fulfilling experience for all of my Sims ages, okay? Well, what I wanted, my dream in my brain, was for my elders to knit in rocking chairs. Now, we've confirmed rocking chairs already. But they've talked more now about how they're going to function, which is so exciting because The Sims 4 multitasks. In past Sims games, your Sims couldn't do more than one thing at once. Like, if you were rocking in a rocking chair, you were just rocking in a rocking chair. That's it. You couldn't do anything else. In The Sims 4, you could, like, eat in a rocking chair and watch TV and talk to someone all at the same time, which is really cool and makes a lot of sense, but you just couldn't do that in the past. I think that's a very underrated feature of this game. It's really impressive that you can do it, but they've clarified now that rocking chairs are going to work just like regular chairs. Your Sims can, like, talk, watch TV, listen to music, read books, knit, all that stuff while sitting in a rocking chair. Like, anything they can do sitting, they can do while rocking. But also, they have given elders unique gameplay in the rocking chairs so they can reminisce. It's like a special elder-only interaction in the rocking chair, and they can think back to their days of yore and recall something nice, or maybe not so nice. Something embarrassing that's buried deep, deep down. I love that. I love that so much. That's perfect. That's, like, exactly what I wanted. If I could have, like, picked what I wanted this rocking chair to let me do, this is exactly how it should have been in my brain. I am so excited about this concept. I want my elders to reminisce on their horrible childhood memories, okay? I mean, and their good ones, but the idea of them, like, remembering something horribly embarrassing and, like, oh, it's good. Do you think there'll be a knitting-related death? Is that too dark to, like, stab yourself with knitting needles or something? Because that'd be really funny if they added a death in this pack. I wonder if your Sims could die from embarrassment of this. Like, if they're rocking in the rocking chair, they think back to that time that they said you too when somebody said have a nice flight, and then they just, you know, die. We've all been there. It's okay, you guys. Trust me. We've all responded inappropriately to people that have, like, said happy birthday to you, and you're like, haha, thanks, you too. And then you know? Imagine if you could die from that. Now, I think one of the coolest parts about this is that they've shown some, like, mock-ups of what the UI is going to look like. This isn't, like, actually in-game. I think it's just concept. But their system for knitted clothing and how it's going to work, because a lot of times in The Sims 4, there's a lot of cast stuff that's locked behind a wall. I mean, think about how many items are in Get Famous, like all those costume pieces that you can't even access in cast for some reason. And you can't even get them with the bb.ignore gameplay unlocks cheat, which is super weird, I think. Maybe they'll fix that. But there isn't a way to, like, know you're missing items in cast. Like, with build mode, if there's an item that you can unlock, it shows it in build mode, it's, like, grayed out, you can hover over it, and it'll be like, hey, unlock this by getting level 8 in the, you know, arts career, or whatever. Well, now in cast, they've got this thing where if there's, say, other colors that you could unlock by knitting a sweater, or a sweater that you have to knit in order to have access to, it's, like, grayed out and locked, and then when you hover over it, it says knit this item to unlock it for your Sim. So if they're kind of making up this new UI and they're kind of changing how this works, I'm hoping that this means that in the future, all of the unlockable cast items are going to be shown in cast, and I really hope that you can unlock them with a cheat. I mean, I don't like it when The Sims puts things behind walls that I can't access. I've mentioned this all the time, but there's a lot of other circumstances where this kind of comes up. Think about things like in apartments. I like the idea of you giving me traits for my apartment, like having this be a loud apartment or one where there's earthquakes that I can't change. But also, I'm playing The Sims, and I want to design my own experience. So if I want to cheat and get rid of that, I think I should be able to. Same thing with this, if I don't want to knit, I want to be able to type bb.ignore gameplay unlocks entitlement, and I want to have all of my knitted clothing. And it's just different for cast, because with things like that, like, you could surely grab, you know, like, a knitted mailbox from debug super easily. But when it comes to cast, those things don't always show up with cheats. They're, like, hidden behind more layers. I want to be able to cheat to unlock cast items. You know, there's a beret in The Sims, like a for real beret that you get in cast. I think it comes with the politics career. You wouldn't even know, because it's locked behind a wall. City living. You wouldn't even realize if you've never seen it before. Give me the beret. Let me cheat for whatever I want. It is funny though, in this they're talking about how they want you to be able to preview things in cast, like, so that you know that they exist. But they don't want it to be something that just any townie will wear. It needs to be more special. And they literally went, I'm looking at you, eyeball ring. Like, they are very aware that their weird, ugly townies wear that stupid eyeball ring constantly. Which is kind of fun how it'll be like a fun craftable item that only your Sims will have access to, but let me cheat for it if I want. This is a super cool article. They talk a little bit about the design process and stuff like that. But also, they posted another blog post last week. This explains from concept art to community voted stuff pack object, and they explain, like, how this piece of concept art becomes a final item in game. They kind of go through all the phases of development, how they render it, you know, how they explain which of these different textures need to be on it, the things they change to make it work better. They showed the color variants. I won't read this whole thing to you right now, but I will link it down below if you missed it. This kind of stuff is so interesting to me, although I must admit, I don't think that I'm so excited about the color variants on this. It's like one of those wood color things again where it's like, oh, all the wood tones. Oh god, why are they always so orange in this game? You know? I mean, like this one, this is like a classic now. It's in every pack. This weird orange one that I hate. This color is nice. I can get more behind this one. It's more of a neutral. This is way too orange. But there's obviously a white swatch and a black swatch and stuff too, and I like this one a lot. Anyway, there's some fun swatches, but I also am kind of like, oh my, to a couple of them. But it's fine. We expected this. It's okay. I knew what we were getting ourselves into. But I do think it's so cool that they show this. This is the kind of stuff that people need. Because I think a lot of times with game development stuff, people don't really understand the process. And that can often lead to people to make these like ridiculous demands and they don't understand how things work. And it's so cool that they can be so open about this pack and like the process for making it. Because it teaches people things, but it gives you also a lot of respect for the process. And obviously it takes a lot of time to make this stuff. And it's just cool to see it come from like this just idea now into like a fully fledged stuff pack. Letting us vote on the names of it too. And letting us vote on it. How fun is that we get to like genuinely pick this pack that Simmers want. And honestly, if you weren't around for this, the laundry stuff pack was voted on also. Like the fact that they gave Simmers the option to literally build their own pack from scratch. And we picked laundry and knitting. Ooh. Oh boy. Speaks volumes about us. I'm gonna be real. This is who we are as people. I don't know exactly what this pack is coming, but we do know that there's gonna be in the next 6 months an expansion pack, a stuff pack, and a game pack, and I'm pretty sure in that order. That's kind of what this blog post seems to imply. As a 6-month roadmap that there will be an expansion pack, a stuff pack, and a game pack in that order. I have no idea what to expect with the expansion or game pack. They did say this game pack is something completely new to The Sims. It's a first for them, which is really exciting to see what they do for that. But this stuff pack will be coming, evidently, at some point in the next 6 months. I just have literally no idea when. So I'm looking forward to finding out about that. Also, this expansion pack, you guys, full transparency, I don't know anything about that one. I know nothing more than you do, I promise. But they oftentimes have expansions released in the summertime. Obviously, they're not gonna have like an event for it. Like in the past, they've gone, like the past 2 years, they've had EA Play, which is like an EA convention that usually happens in June. And in the past, we've played early access to those expansion packs in June, like both for Seasons and for Island Living, and then it released a little bit after that, like a couple weeks later. Now, that's not gonna happen this year, but I will admit to you that given past trends, am expecting that expansion pack relatively soon because it's summertime, or at least we're getting there to summertime. I'm not sure if development's gonna be delayed a little bit because of everything that's going on, but we'll see. Hopefully more news will be coming soon. I'm so excited about this. We have a lot to look forward to, especially rocking chairs. And old people finally getting what they deserve. I'm so excited for elders to have more things in this game. This pack is really turning out to be like everything I could have possibly dreamed of. I think at first when we picked the style of the build items, I was kind of like, oh no. Oh no. And the style of the cast items, I was kind of like, oh no. But then actually voting on the cast and build things themselves, and now seeing the direction it's going with like this fake Etsy, I mean, this really excites me. I hope that you're excited about it too. Again, I'll link these blog posts down below for you guys to read yourselves because there's some more info in that you might have missed. Honestly, follow The Sims on Twitter if you don't already. They post a lot of updates like this on Twitter. That's where I get most of my Sims news personally. Although these are like official blog posts on their website, so you could check there periodically, I guess. I mean, they even have a newsletter that you can sign up for, and then you get access to this guitar in the game, so you can sign up for that too. I don't know why I'm plugging this to you. I don't gain anything from this, but stay up to date, I guess. Alright, but on that note, I'm gonna go. So please make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those funny tube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day. And so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. I honestly feel embarrassed about how excited I got about this stupid knitting stuff. But like yesterday on stream, someone in my chat was like, Kayla, guess what? Oh my god, there's gonna be an Etsy. And I was like, there's gonna be an Etsy. It was a whole thing.